Me again, and strange signs between Meghan and Harry prove the marriage has broken down. Meghan finally appeared in Germany with Harry, but there are some strange details to her big exit. Hello and welcome back to the Princess Diana News YouTube channel. Well, here it is, and I don't think I even need to tell you what I'm talking about, do I? Travel with a short stopover in the United Kingdom, how ironic. Meghan arrived in Germany on Tuesday afternoon local time, 4 days after the start of Harry's Invictus Games. Okay, apparently friends, that's how it is. Happened. Is this a reset? Is this a reboot? Oh, I don't know, and I really don't care. The next few days could allow Meghan and Harry to recover after very difficult months. Or will he? The stakes are now high for Meghan and Harry in Germany this week. They finally have the opportunity to try to find their way back to reputation. They're trying to do something to make sure journalists stop quoting Spotify's Bill Simmons, calling them damn crooks in every article written about them. Well, it's been 4 years since Megxit, when Meghan and Harry fled the UK to make it in Hollywood. And these past few months have been the most eventful chapter yet. I mean, look at everything that's happened since May. They were unceremoniously dumped. They were made fun of. They were allegedly chased by paparazzi. They have seen their popularity drop. They failed in another Netflix series. And meanwhile, they are still completely ignored by the royal family. So? They think that if they can manage this week well, maybe everyone will forget everything that happened. It will be replaced by the image of Meghan and Harry as these tough guys, giving back to the community, charitable crusaders that they obviously want to be, but clearly aren't. Well, I'm not convinced this will work. I mean, because right from the start, what's happening in Germany is already worth seeing. So Meghan arrived in Dusseldorf and, a few hours later, she showed up with Harry at a reception for the athletes and supporters of the 1600 Games. So it was Meghan finally in Germany with the big project to revitalize the Sussex underway. What's new that we discovered thanks to Meghan and Harry's assistants and the journalists present? Well, it looks like Meghan has made the trip without her hairdresser, her makeup person, or her stylist. Oh, what a brave woman. According to the Telegraph, aides revealed that Meghan has not traveled with a hairstylist or makeup artist, opting instead to do it herself. Okay, so the Sun added some more details, saying that she traveled without a stylist and did her own hair and makeup, sources said. While the Daily Mail reported that aides said Meghan did her own hair and makeup soon after arriving at her 5-star hotel in Dusseldorf and got ready for the event in just over an hour. Okay, and while this may seem like an unimportant detail, let's think about why someone was busy talking to the media about Meghan's ability to do her own hair and makeup at an event meant to be focused on wounded veterans and the military staff. Also, if the aides were talking about how Meghan was wearing eyeshadow this week, does that mean that in the past she always traveled with her whole glam squad, always ready with a straightener and a bit of powder? I mean, it's a very strange start. Okay, we'll come back to this story, but now I want to thank you for commenting on the video in which Meghan and Harry appear to have broken up. I think your comments will make a great premise for the next part of this video, so let's look at some of them. Alright, the first comment I want to share comes from user MF8. I don't think he can afford to abandon Harry, because Harry is his livelihood, his title and his attempt at fame. She wants to be famous in Hollywood. What happened was it backfired. She was hated by almost everyone in Hollywood. It's true, so I can't help but wonder. Will she one day achieve her dream of becoming a Hollywood star? And if she gives up, does that mean she'll leave Harry too? It's an interesting thing to think about. Then I see a comparison between Meghan and Harry and William and Catherine. National Democracy says Harry said he and Meghan were equally competitive, but I wonder what? Playing cards, a Ludo, snake and ladder, Monopoly, etc. As far as we know, Meghan is not known for being sporty, or perhaps for hiking. Hey, that's an excellent point. What is he talking about? I don't think Meghan can interpret anything. I mean, look at his chicken legs. Can you imagine him running? She doesn't seem strong or athletic to me at all, and last time I checked, yoga is not competitive. Following. I really like this advice from Donna Duffy. Donna says that if they have legal custody of these children, there should be adoption papers and someone to supervise them. Is this really a good idea? Now, personally, I don't even know how to do this. But if any of you do, if you somehow have access to California adoption records, please look them up and let us know what you find. I have no idea about the laws regarding adoption records in California. So if any of you actually know any of this, please let us know in the comments. And I like the point of view that Teresa shares. Teresa says, I hope they don't divorce. They are made for each other. I have no desire to see another hypocritical man and his family be branded again. That's a good point. We've talked about this before, how it's okay for them to be together, because at least they can't take it out on anyone else. And Miss Dana says we're waiting for that engagement interview divorce. Yes, no? And we are still waiting. After that, Cindy 4031 says, Harry owns all of his behavior. Meghan is mean, but she happily accepted all the insults, false accusations, and lies. The fact that just a few days ago he stood there and used the Queen in his IG rant only confirms that she is a bad person and hasn't changed. The only reason Harry was loved by the public was because of all the damage the palace had done to him. It makes me angry to read about poor Harry and how so many people want to take him back once he and Meghan break up. He is a jealous, hateful and despicable person who has no remorse for anything he has said or done to his family. Meghan encouraged him, but he couldn't do everything unless he wanted to. He has only hatred and jealousy in his heart and does not value anything or anyone. It makes me sick that Harry is greeted with applause and hugs on IG. People have very short memories, and that's a view I think many people share. So, if Harry and Meghan do indeed split, the royal family needs to be very careful when considering allowing her to return. I mean, they have to think through all the possibilities, and they have to make sure that he won't have any public role. Audrey's mother says they should be sued, but we all know that won't happen. He has lied in court in the past. If the assessment were correct, they would not see the light of day for some time. Royalty just gets by. Just look at Andrew and his latest trip to Ukraine. Unfortunately, it seems you are right. I'd like to think that justice will eventually be served, but I bet, like before, the powers that be will step in and make sure they walk away unscathed. Okay, back to the next part of this video. Here's the weirdest thing about all of this. Then there was Meghan's short, seemingly impromptu speech at the Invictus reception. Last year, while introducing Harry at the opening ceremony, he wasted no time in praising Harry, saying, "It is a great honor for me to introduce one that I think you will all be excited about." Heard from. I couldn't love and respect him more. And this time, what did he talk about? A milkshake. Well, unfortunately the impromptu nature of this speech was pretty obvious, although I don't think that was really the case. I mean, it was a short speech, but Meghan is still exhibiting some really concerning symptoms of an infliction suffered by her brother-in-law, Prince William. I is his name. For example, she said, "I just landed a few hours ago and I'm excited that the first event I'm doing for Invictus is here with all of you. It's great and I've heard it's a good start so far." Or she said, "I'm very proud of the Invictus family that is here. I can't wait to bring our kids one day so they can experience how amazing it is." So Meghan managed to use that word, 11 times in her brief remarks. When he spoke, Harry, on the other hand, urged attendees to share photos and phone numbers, saying, "This is your chance to communicate with each other because everyone here is at a stage different from one's healing process, whether as an individual or as a person. A family." Now, isn't it bad when Harry's speech gives the wrong impression of Meghan's speech? I mean, it's Harry. We're talking, and I find this interesting, that Meghan's intention seems to have been simply to praise the event and the people involved. Instead, we just heard about it. We hear about his feelings about everything. We hear she's so proud of it. I mean, this is something important that people should fight for. And actually, Meghan Markle has been a very good speaker in the past. He gave what I think was one of the best royal speeches of all time. She said, "I am here with you as a mother, as a wife, as a woman of color, and as a sister." Now, I don't like him as a person, and I don't really believe everything he said in that speech, but still, it was pretty cool. But this Dusseldorf effort was pathetic. Why do all this for anything other than the incredible men, women, and families involved, and then we have to talk about Meghan's wardrobe choices. When Meghan left Los Angeles, she wore over 10,000 designer pieces. She wore an Hermès scarf and Valentino flats, which are now sold out. For her first Invictus event, she decided to wear a 217 Banana Republic shirt dress. It reminded me of Meghan and Harry's Africa tour in 2019, when she wore a number of relatively affordable pieces. And he decided to forego designer clothes in a clever attempt to stay focused on the work itself. Well, okay, maybe he's starting to understand what it's like, but clearly there was a problem. So this time, while Meghan stood next to Harry in Dusseldorf, she also wore a diamond ring. We don't know where it came from, but it was worth €96,000. Now, of course, it doesn't matter where the ring came from, whether Meghan received it or paid for it. Why did you decide it was time to wear it? There's something unnerving about seeing such an extravagance, such a symbol of Meghan and Harry's extreme wealth in the midst of this great charitable effort, because this week is a big week for Meghan and Harry. This should represent a sort of swan song for both of them, like a double act, with the impression that they have decided to separate professionally and are going in different directions. Apparently Meghan Markle is going to start a new online business, but I don't know what it will be yet. And then Harry's professional career, looks rather bleak. After Harry makes a lot of money talking about his hurt feelings and all these perceived slights, where can he go from here? Unlike Meghan, Harry doesn't have an agent. Doesn't he have some new affairs about to be revealed? He doesn't have an Instagram account with 128,000 followers and growing. For now, though, at least Harry is starting to behave like he used to, like a royal doing good work, delighting little children and giving them lots of cuddles. And what about Meghan? Well, I guess he needs to plug in that straightener and pull out that palette because he has a brand to revive. Good luck, Meghan. And you, what do you think? Keep discussing this pair with us in the comments. And please like and share my video if you think it's helpful. Before you go, don't forget to click the subscribe button to receive more updates from Princess Diana's news channel. Thank you very much for listening, have a good evening, and we will be back with new news tomorrow.